watch this video and then we'll talk.
Oh, I'm about to go file for divorce, which, yippee, but all my friends keep texting me like, oh my god, we should go out tonight, we should go clubbing, we should celebrate my sweet summer child. I'm about to get the kind of fucked up that your uncle gets right before he ruins Christmas for everyone. Grandma and all.
I want to talk about divorce parties because I see some of them posted online, but I think that we should be celebrating this more. We do like graduation parties, we do engagement parties, we do like congratulations, you're going to grad school parties. We got, oh my god, we can do housewarming parties. Why don't we have a man got out of my house parties? So yeah, I've seen a couple of them, but I think there needs to be more. And I have written down my list of must-haves for a proper divorce party. And I want to share them with you. And please let me know if there's anything else that should be included on a proper divorce party. Because we should celebrate new beginnings and glorious endings. So before I jump into that, hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Shayna. I'm a journalist. I talk about decentering men, child-free living on here, but then when it comes to my like journalism, I've been published in like the BBC, Food and Wine magazine, or like a bunch of other places, right? I talk a lot about the intersection of food, beverage, and travel politics. So if any of that sounds interesting, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm also living in Spain. I've been really bad at posting travel content, but I'm working on it. So now I want to talk about my qualifications for why I think that this list is a great starting space coming from me, somebody who has not been married and thus not been divorced. One, I'm a Libra. I understand people for better or worse. I am the people person. I am also the hype woman of the friend group. So when things are going upside down, I feel it in a different kind of way. It's mostly like, these vibes are off. My friends' vibes are off. I don't like this energy. It's kind of bringing it. It's a focus on the outside. So there is that, one, and I think that's important. Two, several of my friends have navigated divorces or major breakups with my help. So especially during the pandemic, so I have been there both physically and emotionally, spiritually for several of my friends navigating their divorces. And I mean, I don't think did any of them? No, none of them wanted to do a party. And I was like, we should party. And they were like, I just need to, which like I understand. You need to get yourself together. You need to, if you're moving out of the house, if he's moving out of the house, if whatever, like there's a lot that needs to be done. But then once that's done, let's turn up, right? So these are my thoughts on the requirements for a good divorce party. Okay, one caveat. I want people, these need to be fully customized to the freed queen, as we will be referring to her now and always. So while some people might want to like go ham, like this, like the person that I stitched, that's great. Some women are not that into that. Some women want like, I've seen some parties where it's like a funeral theme, like the death of a bad marriage. I've seen others where it's more of like almost like a baby shower kind of a thing. Like, oh my God, look at this new thing that's happening. Like it runs the gamut. So let it be fully let these requirements be fully customized to the person getting the divorce. So one, there needs to be a sleepover element. And when I say one, it's not like in order of importance. I literally just wrote these down. So, one, there needs to be a sleepover element. Why? Because sisterhood. Because, like, all of the best things, well, not all of the best things, like, in the same way that a Midsummer's Night Dream, in a Midsummer's Night's Dream, there's like an awakening that happens past the midnight hour, right? Where you just start sharing shit that you never really thought that you would share until this moment. There's an unearthing, if we're going to be talking astrology, there's an unearthing of the moon sign, of your most emotionally vulnerable space that creates such a deep connection that I think people should really experience post-divorce with their main crew. Sleepover element. Next, there needs to be something to loosen up the free queen. Now, it could be alcohol, right? But also, there's a lot of people that don't like to drink. There's a lot of sober people out there. So I'm thinking just anything to get the body moving, right? So it could be alcohol. It could be like a boxing class. It could be anything that she needs to do to just like give that essence of, oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah, boy. Like if she's like that by the end of whatever it is, be it like 12 shots, or she like, or she like went ham on that little like, I don't know, thing that looks like the dangly thing in the back of your throat, right? The little uvula thing at the boxing gym. It could be whatever it is, whatever she wants to do. It could be a pole dancing class. It could be like y'all literally just go out, and if she could be hippy dippy and y'all just hug trees. Y'all just hug trees and maybe cry on a tree. Like anything to just get her loose. Right. So next, there needs to be a designated grown-up or two, depending on how big this group is going to be. Because the last thing that we want is for the freed queen to be thinking about responsibilities. No, there needs to be a designated grown-up that's like, okay, everybody has water. There's 7 people going to the club. We make sure that there are 7 people leaving the club, not 6, not 8. And if they're, honestly, I would say if it's going to be a group of like 4 or less, including the freed queen, 1 designated grown-up is fine. If it's going to be over that, maybe get 2, just so that way that designated grown-up doesn't feel like it's a job. I would also like to put a little caveat on this, where I think that the freed queen needs to have a co-pilot, somebody that is not as far gone as she is, because she should be allowed to just, whoa, she should be allowed to let loose. But she shouldn't feel like she's the only person being fully let loose, right? She needs to have somebody that's with her that's able to match that energy, at least one person that's able to match that energy. Everybody else can just kind of stagger, but she needs to feel like she's not alone in her mayhem. Right, moving on. Some form of cake. It doesn't matter, gluten-free, not cupcakes, 7 tier. It does not matter. There needs to be some form of cake, and there needs to be a group Google spreadsheet, or no, not even a Google spreadsheet. Whatever the queen wants, the queen is gonna get, and it's gonna have something funny and poignant and directly related to the new life that she's walking into, written on that cake, and ideally a hilarious font. Some form of cake. There also needs to be a theme. Next, there needs to be a theme. Now, is this mostly a me thing? Potentially, because it doesn't actually have, I think there should be a theme. I'm claiming it. I think that there should be a theme. And yes, the theme could be like it could be as specific as, you know, a funeral theme. Everybody dresses in black. If you have a veil, bring it. It could be sexy. It could be, I don't know, it could be, wait, I actually had some really funny themes on here. It could be sexy, it could be Will Ferrell characters, it could be sexy Will Ferrell characters, whatever the queen wants, but I would like to see it as a theme, mostly because, and is this my next point? No, it's not. No, it's not my next point. Mostly because I think that the pictures would be iconic. And I love feeling like I'm in a historic moment in the best way possible, because we've been living through historic moments. Ooh, okay, let me stay focused. Anyway, next, there needs to be something royal for the free queen. That could be a sash, that could be a crown, that could be a gown, that could be a goblet. There needs to be something that makes her feel like you have elevated, you have arrived. Sit on your throne and pee on the peasants. Don't pee on the peasants, but you know what I mean. And then the last one, food that nobody cooks. We are not here for responsibilities. We're not here for cleaning up afterwards. We don't need to we don't need to be prepping days in advance. Ideally, everybody's going to be able to come in, and yes, there's going to be a designated grown-up. But when it comes to food, I feel like order in, order out, go out to eat somewhere. Like, it's a celebration. And I understand that some people, they like cook as their love language. And if you want to like cook a thing for the group, especially if it's a baked good, oh my goodness, absolutely. But I feel like not having to cook also creates an aura of, we out here, we in these streets, if you want to be in these streets. Like we here for a good time. Responsibility is next door. You know what I mean? So these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. Please tell me if I'm missing anything. Tippity type them in the comment section. Also, let me know if you've had a divorce party, because now I'm really craving one. Is there anybody? Ooh. You know what? That's for another video. I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.